How's it going, everyone? The crypto market continues to head up. Many people are now calling for an alt season, saying that we are in that parabolic phase of the bull market. And I pretty much agree with that belief, to be quite honest with you. Lots of things are flashing. Total 3 is flashing a big breakout. Bitcoin looks really strong. And to me, this is the stage of the bull market where you need to lock in and start planning for major profit taking. Okay. This is where you need to start looking at exit strategy and thinking about those types of things. Now, don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of options in the market in terms of buying. I'm not saying you should completely stop buying here. There's some great options, but this is the stage where the profits are going to be made. Okay. And I'm very strong in that belief. Ethereum starting to pump, Bitcoin above 100K. It's looking very good. I've put together a sample portfolio here of 12 different cryptos, you could say, and I've given the percentage allocations in each one. This is not my personal portfolio. If you want to see my exact personal portfolio with my holdings, you can get that in the VIP group. But this is a sample portfolio that I put together of maybe if someone was new to crypto, this is what I would probably invest in. Now, I've got a separate section here for meme coins and low caps because you can have maybe 5 to 7 different memes or low caps. But as long as you allocate sensibly, that's fine. I personally am looking to re-enter the meme coin market pretty soon. I think we've got to a point now where altcoins of value, as in real altcoins with value and technology, they are starting to get to prices where I don't want to buy them anymore. I'm not buying any more Casper. I'm not buying any more Tau. Sure, they can still go and do another 3 to 10x some of these coins, but I'm not buying any more of them. That's just a personal decision. What I am looking to do is buy low caps. Coins that are going to pump very quick, coins that are going to give me a quick 5x, quick 10x, and then I can maybe roll them into something safer or just send that profit straight to my bank. That's what I'm looking to do at this stage in the market. So I'm saying that 3% allocated in memes and low caps is a sensible percentage. And that's what I'm personally looking to allocate myself. So if you are a VIP member, stay tuned. There's going to be some lower cap buy alerts coming, some meme coins coming. Don't over allocate. Don't be stupid. But I think we are getting to a stage in the market where you can make some great gains on high risk coins. Now, that doesn't mean you go 10% of your portfolio, 20% of your portfolio into these memes. Doesn't mean you do that. You allocate accordingly, you allocate sensibly, and it all works fine. Exactly how I did it previously. If you've been a loyal viewer on the channel, you'll know I made great X's on Ponky, great X's on MPC. I think we made a 12 or a 14X on Mumu. Harambe, Sigma, Skibbity, all of these crap coins, all of these rubbish, stupid memes, we made X's on. And I had a very strict strategy. 2X, take out initial. 3X, take out some profit. 5X, probably take out the rest. 10X, you want to be fully out. That was my strategy with memes, and it worked. And I told you guys every single day, you know, while all the other YouTubers are going to tell you wait for 100X, I'm going to take out on the memes at a 5X, at a 3X, at a 7X, and I'm going to roll it into the next one. And by that strategy, I actually accumulated a decent amount of money through meme coins and microcaps. That's what I'm looking to do at this stage in the cycle, is to pivot a little bit. Okay, I'm still obviously having all my conviction plays, but any fresh capital I add to the market, I'll be looking at some more short-term pumps, you could say, some short-term lower caps. So if you are interested in that, get in the VIP group. These guys have been printing all cycle. Sui, we called really early. With the memes, we did really well. It's just a very well-rounded group to help you on your crypto journey. I highly recommend, instead of going for the monthly option, opting for, at minimum, the yearly option, okay? Because you're going to save a ton of money over the long run if you do that. You can see all the information linked in the description. But I strongly recommend the yearly option rather than the monthly option to save yourself some money. Okay, so this is the portfolio. If you're interested in the VIP gem as well, you got to be in the VIP, obviously, for that. I might share it with you guys at some point, maybe when it's done a 5x. But I'm going to keep it in the VIP for the time being because, you know, they need some secret gems. You know, that's what gives them some value. So that's the one that I'm kind of holding close to my chest right now. In terms of, you know, current altcoin performance, I mean, Casper's waking up. It's great to see. Casper's waking up. Very happy about that. Nice 13% pump on the day for Casper. It's up 32% on the week. So it's great to see that for Casper. And also, you know, there's some really nice setups, you could say, with some of these altcoins. Okay. Virtuals, that one's given the VIP is a nice 4x. I don't think anyone's complaining in the VIP who bought virtuals based on my buy alert in the 50 cent region. What else have we got? Say, really undervalued layer one here, guys, is Say. I told everyone here about Sui at 70 cents. Many of you guys ignored the call. Many of you guys thought it's just another layer one. It's just another centralized VC-backed coin. You didn't buy it. I don't have quite the conviction in Say as I had in Casper, but I think this setup looks really, really nice. You're buying a quality VC-backed, well-known layer one at a 1.3 billion market cap, and its all-time highs are still way above us. This, for me, is probably the best 5 to 15x play right now in the market, potentially. One of the best, okay? Casper would also be in that same boat. Sui, maybe it's more of a 3 to 6x at this point because it's pumped so much. And obviously, it's within my interest to pump the hell out of Sui. I can't really do it on my channel because I don't have a big audience. But, you know, it's within my interest to tell all of you guys Sui's going to do a 50x. But I'm just not that type of guy, okay? I'm up a lot on Sui. I'd love for it to keep going up another 10x, but it's probably not going to do that. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be transparent. Most of the gains have probably been made for Sui. It doesn't mean you can't get another 3 to 6x out of it, okay? But you're probably not getting a 10 to 20x on Sui. We need to be realistic. And, you know, that's why a lot of people at the end of the day, they gravitate towards the channel because I am very realistic with the targets, okay? In a world where people are calling for 50 to 100x's on every altcoin, okay? Not me. Anyway, we're going to get into the comments. I appreciate all you guys being here today on this Monday. It's going to be great this week, guys. Market's looking great. I was just in a VIP call, so I apologize for being late. If you ever wonder, why am I late to the live streams? Quite often it's because I'm in a VIP voice chat with my fellow members, talking to them about the markets, and they're very addictive. I find it hard to pull away from the calls. Sometimes I'll be in them for 8 or 9 hours. I think the most I was in the call was maybe like almost a full day. I was in the voice chat. And, you know, some people say that's sad, but I enjoy them. I get a lot of value talking to the members. I don't need to do that. I don't need to join any of the voice chats, but I get a lot of value from it. And I think the members do as well. So smash the likes on the stream, guys. We're going to get into the comments. It's going to be a good stream. Hope everyone's portfolios are doing good. And just ready to ride this next wave. So smash the likes on the stream. Let's try and get a good amount of likes on this live stream. I can't remember the last time we got 500 likes, but it was probably a while ago. Let's try and aim for 500 by tomorrow. That would be amazing. It encourages me to do more live streams. But yeah, market's looking good. The risk is coming back. And for me, that favors the risk on cryptos. So all I really need to do is take 2% off my Sui bag and just allocate that to memes. 2% off Sui, put it in memes, happy days, right? I can gamble a little bit, and it's a very calculated gamble. So for the rest of today, I'm basically going to be analyzing the meme coin market. I already do that regularly anyway, but I'm going to be really deep diving into a lot of the charts and seeing if I can get some quick 5 to 10x pumps on the memes in the next few weeks. And obviously those alerts will go to the VIPs. Hi, Archie, my friend. Memes are waking up. Just bought Moomoo a few days ago, already up 2x. Yeah, absolutely. Moomoo is a great one. I made some great profits on Moomoo, 14x, 12x, whatever it was. I think I turned 10K into 120K. So, you know, Pretty happy with that one. Casper wallet number 2, first outflow. They are testing something, listing soon. Very possible. Yeah, Casper is definitely waking up now, guys. I think we're going to get a pretty big breakout when it comes to Casper. You know, it's been basically compressing for a very long time. Very long time. It's kind of been in price compression. And that gives us a lot of momentum to move to the upside. So I think this next impulsive move on Casper is going to be very big. And basically, it's going to really piss off the sideliners because we're going to go straight to 30 cents, in my opinion, with little major corrections. Okay, maybe we go kind of up to 30 and then back down to 20, and then we move up a bit more. You know, that's a possibility that we kind of go up to 30, come back down to 20, use that support, and then bounce up for one final move. But for anyone asking, my Casper price predictions, you know, anywhere kind of between 30 cents to $1, I think is realistic. Could it go over $1? It could. It could. But it's not my expectation. That would be more of a bull case rather than a base case. Okay. Now, for a long time, I've got a lot of criticism for my bearish Casper predictions, but so far, I've been more correct than 90% of the other Casper influencers. There's been a few influencers who have called for corrections and called for conservative targets. Don't get me wrong, and you know, credit goes to those. But a lot of people, they kind of get their heads in the clouds. They love Casper a bit too much, almost like they want to marry Casper, and they think it's going to $100 next week. And constantly, they are completely wrong. So fundamentally, this is the best crypto in the market from a technical point of view, but we need to be realistic when it comes to Casper. But it's still got great X potential here. You know, if you were like myself and you were buying it at 3 cents, you can sell everything at 30 cents at a 10x. You know, $1 million goes to $10 million. Where else can you do that? Not many places in a short period of time. Okay, you're probably looking at 50 years to do that type of gain with real estate or TradFi, or even longer than 50 years, right? 100 years to 10x your money. Yeah, PopCat's starting to pump. Say is having a slow move up, but I think eventually it's going to get explosive. But it is looking very good. Let's go. I was DCAing the whole way and printing money. Now solid content here, although I admittedly did mostly my own thing because I'm hard-headed and like 50 cryptos. SPX 6900, no Binance or Coinbase at this stage. Should this be a worry? I sold my SPX a while back. I think it can pump still. I just don't like the market cap. I just don't like the market cap at 726 million. It's a little bit high for my liking, especially with the fact that, like you say, there's no Coinbase or Binance. They could definitely come, but I just don't like memes above 500 million in market cap. I think the sweet spot for memes is like 20 to 100 million. That's where I've gotten most of my success with memes this cycle. You know, the Ponkies, the Moo-Moos, those types of memes. I just don't like the valuation of SPX, but I think it can do well. Smash up the likes and use code Archie for a 10% off discount on Tangem. Absolutely. People need to get themselves Tangems for sure. There's way too many people holding all their crypto on exchanges, and I really worry for those people because we've seen enough exchanges in crypto go bust that you are an ignoramus if you hold all of your crypto on a centralized exchange. You're not thinking with your brain, okay? You need to get cold storage. It's an absolute no-brainer. Everyone in the VIP group, they have Tangems. You know, pretty much everyone I know in crypto, they use cold storage. They're not storing their crypto on exchanges. So don't be that person. Get yourself a Tangem. There's a link in the description, and you can use my code at checkout and save some money. Code Archie. Where do you see Sol reaching? I think Solana will have a good run at some point. It is lagging behind right now. What's interesting is Solana and Ethereum, they tend to trade inversely. So when Ethereum's doing really well, Solana doesn't do the best, and vice versa. But if we go and put on the fibs, I would be looking at a $420 price target on Sol. And I said that a few weeks ago. That would be kind of my base case. There's a chance it just does a double top. Okay, you got to factor that in. It is possible Solana just comes up and does a double top and then comes down. That is a possibility. But if I had to put money on a number, it would be probably 420, which is over 2x on Sol. What would that be? Like a 2.4x on Sol from right now. And 420, you know, it's a pretty mimetic number. You know, crypto likes to use these funny numbers as top. 69, 420. So, yeah, Solana is definitely going to reach 420, and that will be the top probably if it does that. It just makes sense. It's literally like the meme chain. Why not top out at 420? It's just written in the stars. You know, it's going to happen. How's everyone doing? I'm doing very well. Yeah, Bob, apologies for the stream being late. I was on a VIP voice chat. I was getting a bit sidetracked. The conversations are just too good, as you know, because you're a VIP member. So I do apologize. It's not hard for new retail investors to learn how to use a wallet and a DEX. I am betting SPX 6900 will do well. Let's see if Archie rates it. Yeah, I'm a fan of it. I used to hold it. I got rid of it when I sold off a lot of my memes when I could see that the market was going risk off. And I'm very fortunate that I did that because I prevented myself from much further losses. But look, these core meme coins are going to do well. SPX, Fartcoin. Yeah, I think they will make some good moves. Memes are going to come back for sure. I just don't think they're going to do what some people are saying. Some people are saying, like, it's going to be a meme super cycle. They're going to take over and everyone's going to be buying memes. Every family member you know, they're going to be buying memes. I don't buy any of that crap. You know, I'm a realist when it comes to memes. And I think there's great gains to be made with them. But just not as much as some people are saying, right? Everyone always overdoes the price targets. When you hear all these YouTubers say 50x, 100x, you really want to cut that in half as a minimum. As a minimum. Yo, Archie, happy to be VIP. Thanks for your work. Appreciate you. And I'm very glad you're a VIP member. A lot of people getting on the VIP lately. And as you guys know, the more people that join, the more I'm kind of forced to increase the prices based on the demand. Because I want to keep the group very tight-knit. I want everyone to know each other. That's kind of how it is right now. We all know each other. And it's a very kind of close-knit, intimate group where we all know each other and we talk to each other on a daily basis. I don't want it to get to the point where it's too big. The only way I can do that, well, there's two options. One is I could close the group down. I'm not going to do that, of course. I don't want to prevent people from getting in. I want to always have the opportunity there. And two is increase the price, and then the demand will reduce. So that's what I'm going to do. The price will go up, but it won't go up for current members. So if you're already a member, you'll stay at that price. But the options for yearly and lifetime, they will go up. So if you're a current member and you're thinking about yearly or lifetime, that's definitely something to get on. Hi, Archie, VIP here. What do you think? Bitcoin bull flag or correction incoming? Thanks. Well, appreciate you being a VIP. I think we are going to probably continue going up. Realistically, we could come down to like 100 or 102, which is where we're at right now. And then we start bouncing. I think we are in kind of like a parabolic wave here. And there will be mini corrections, but I don't see anything major until new all-time highs on Bitcoin. The bulls are in control right now, and the corrections are very minor. If you try and short Ethereum right now, you'll get wrecked. Like, I was trading Ethereum for a long period of time, and I was really, really profitable trading the swing highs and the swing lows. And essentially, I got to a point, I was like, Ethereum just going up loads. I put in a short just a very small short position. Straight away, man, I had to close it. Stopped out because the bulls just have control. All the shorts are getting liquidated. It's just a parabolic move. That's what's happening. Just like what happened with XRP previously on in the cycle, where if you were shorting XRP, you were getting wrecked. Okay. So don't short in a bull run. That's all I'm going to say. XRP just went ballistic. Okay. That's kind of the moment that Ethereum's in right now. I think Ethereum's probably going to 4K before it hits 2K. And it will hit 2K again, probably in the bear market, but I think it's going to 4 first. 3 to 5% is a good amount for memes. I agree with that. I agree. 3 to 5% is a very reasonable amount. I wouldn't go over 5%. Crypto Princess, welcome to the stream. I've seen your channel before, so shout out to you. Go subscribe to Crypto Princess. Appreciate you being in the stream. Say target this bull run. Depends if you're talking about base case, bull case, bear case. Obviously, I've always got to give that disclaimer. Bearish target would just be an all-time high double top. That would be the bearish target, which I think is like a 5x or so. But if we're talking optimistic, I think it can do way more than a 5x if we're talking optimistic, right? It could go way above. Because when you put on the fibs from the all-time high to the low, okay, just a macro fib, I mean, the 2.618 usually gets hit on a lot of altcoins in a bull run. That's all the way at $2.81. So that's over a 10x on say. What would that be? Like more like a 12x, 13x maybe. I'm doing the rough numbers. That's over a 10x. So yeah, say is a solid kind of 5 to 15x gem. Who knows exactly what number it'll do? It's crypto. No one truly knows. You hear all these YouTubers give these exact price targets. That will do a 25x. Look, no one knows. You've got to give ranges. As much as I want to believe it'll 20x, it's crypto at the end of the day. So we got to be very, very careful with our bullish tendencies. Yeah, virtuals did a lovely 4x for the VIPs. You can't complain with that, right? In a month, you 4x your money. There's a guy, he literally just put $1,000 into virtuals on the buy alert. It's gone to 4K now. He can pay off the lifetime membership twice because of that. Yeah, VIP is called Peanut at the bottom. Whiff, Bonk. Yeah. We got a great community. Like, it's not just me. Bren, he's killing it with the memes. Made a ton of money on Peanut. What was the other one that was popping off? That meme coin. It was going crazy. Let me know in the chat. Someone called a meme and it went crazy. Someone gave a meme buy in the VIP. It went ballistic the last few weeks. AIXBT was called as well by Robbie. Exactly. Thoughts on XRP? I think there's much better buys in the market. It will pump, don't get me wrong, but I'm not buying a coin at 150 billion in valuation. Just not doing that. $500 likes. Yeah, let's aim for 500 by tomorrow. With Casper waking up, thoughts on Casper memes like Nacho? They'll have a run at some point, but I'm not a fan of Nacho. Nacho's probably the worst one for me because it's the most overvalued. Like, I'm sure it'll pump at some point, but I'm not going to buy a meme that's been out for how many months is this now? And it's got these Joker listings. I mean, it's just stupid. You've been out since October. You haven't even got Mexi. Am I supposed to take this serious or take it as a joke? Am I supposed to take it seriously or take it as a joke? You haven't even got Mexi and you've been out for over 6 months. I'm sick of these broke-ass teams or these meme coins. What do I think about Tars AI? I'm very disappointed with the amount of money they raised. They raised like 200K, 300K, something stupid. Look, if I'm going to buy a utility coin, they need to raise at least a few million. Unless they're like a 1 million market cap and they raise 200K, right? If they're a 1 million market cap and they raise 200K, then it's okay. But if they're a 50 million market cap and they raise 200K, then it's just stupid. The valuation is way off. Yeah, you can pay crypto for a lifetime membership. Just drop me an email. You can do that. All the information is in the description of this stream. Should I hold Brett? I have over 80% profit. My position is 2K. What percentage of your portfolio is it? If it's only a small percent, you can hold on to it. If it's a big percent, I would definitely take some profits. It's all about the percentage of your portfolio that it makes up. What are my thoughts on Ondo? I think Ondo is going to have a good run. It's the best RWA coin. It's a very well-connected coin. It just kind of needs to have a bit of a push above this $1 price. And then it'll make some big moves. The volume on Ondo is really high. 316 million. I mean, it's a very good amount of volume. Well regulated, backed by BlackRock. So I think when all the kind of ISO coins like XRP and all of those pump, Ondo is going to have a good move because it's kind of in that category. It's not, but it is. I would say there's like a collection of cryptos which are very well backed by the big boys, you could say, the BlackRocks and the major banks. And when they move, they all move together. I kind of put Ondo in that same category. So when XRP and XLM and all those really start pumping again, I think Ondo will do way more than what those things do. What's my arrow target? Let me get it up on the screen. I think arrow can like 7 to 15x. I probably reduce some of these now because they pumped. Like 5 to 15x on arrow. Probably a solid 10x. Pepe on Sui? No, I haven't checked that out. I don't like buying copycat memes on other chains. I don't really do that. Most of them go to 0. I remember when Dog with a Hat came out, there was like loads of different Dog with a Hats on different chains and loads of different Pepe's, baby Pepe and Pepe's mom and Pepe's dad and Pepe's brother. They all just went to shit. No one made money on them. So I like to buy original memes where there's only one of them that's known and it's on one chain. Not where there's the same meme on basically 10 chains and I'm buying the 5th copycat version. I like to buy the original version with exchanges. When do you expect retail to come in? I don't think they have came to buy yet. Yeah, they might never come back. Retail might never come back to the scale that they were here last cycle, but that doesn't matter. This is an institutionally adopted cycle. Institutions are driving this market, and that's how it's been this whole cycle, and we've made great gains. So I'm not really of the belief that retail need to come back for me to make money. Retail are here. Is it going to go up tenfold and your mom and your dad and your brother and your sister are all buying crypto? Probably not, right? The adoption cycle was last cycle for retail, really. Those big numbers coming in, learning about crypto, that was a major thing last cycle. Don't get me wrong, there'll be new people coming to crypto, but it's not going to be to the same extent that it was last cycle. Can Sui hit $10? Absolutely it can. Absolutely. That's literally less than a 3x. It can easily go to a 30 billion market cap, easily. Yeah, I don't think Bonk will 20x. Bonk will probably do like a 3 to 5x. I agree. People got way too optimistic targets. Like, people need to get their heads out of the clouds. I don't know what some people are smoking, but I'm certainly not smoking the same thing as them. I mean, I don't smoke at all, right? But maybe the occasional cigar. But people are smoking some crazy stuff with their meme coin predictions. Ridiculous. Sui guy back. Love to see it. Appreciate it, man. I think some mid-cap AI coins will definitely come back. That's why I just bought a micro-cap AI crypto over in the VIP. If you're in the VIP, just go to the buy alerts and you'll see one of my recent buy alerts. It was literally a AI low cap. So yeah, I think low cap AI coins are probably going to make a comeback. Yeah, Moodang, that was the one. Someone made like an 8x on Moodang, was it? Tier 1s for Casper in the next 2 months. Look, I don't know when the tier 1s are going to come. Everyone keeps pushing the goalposts. We don't know. The point is, Casper will pump because it's a good coin. We don't know exactly when the listings will come. But man, love to see it. VIPs, super active right now. If you are a VIP member, go and say hi in the VIP chat. I'll give some shout outs to some of the members. Man, this group never sleeps. It's literally active all the time. People in the voice chat. There was like 40 people in the voice chat earlier. I mean, it's just the best, man. People printing 24/7. Any time of the day. You go in this group at 5 a.m., there's going to be people looking for a trade, looking for an altcoin that's going to pump. Thoughts on Fartcoin and Trump? I prefer Fartcoin over Trump. I'm just not a fan, really, of political coins. I made money on them during the election, and then I shorted them to the ground and made a ton of money. I'm just not a fan of political coins. Especially one where the allocation is how it is with Trump. I mean, the insiders have the entire supply. This is like the least decentralized meme coin. It's got an FDV of 13 billion and a market cap of 2 billion. Like, you're just asking to be dumped on at some point if you're holding this. And sure, could it pump back to all-time highs at some point and do like a 5x? Yeah, it could do a 5x. But are you really buying a coin called Trump for a 5x? If you're looking for a 5x, just go and buy a solid utility coin like Sui or Casper or Tau or Ondo or Render. Why would you risk it on something like Trump? That's what I don't get. Yeah, Ondo's in that same kind of category. You're right. I don't hold any memes on Sui. The reason I don't hold any memes on Sui is because I already have a massive bag of Sui. It's already by far my biggest holding. I think it's like 30% or 28% of my portfolio. So I'm already well exposed to Sui. I don't need to get any memes, especially with my entry on Sui. If I'm going to buy memes, they're probably going to be on other chains. So I'm kind of diversifying a bit more. Meme on Sei. There is a meme coin on Sei. I think it's called Seiyan. Is this it? Bro, that looks horrible, that chart. Terrible listings, really. It's got MEXC, but it's not the best. But not as bad as Nacho. How many more weeks or months of the bull remaining? Probably a couple months. At this rate, a couple months. Like, I've been saying for a while, Q2 to Q3 top. I stand by that. I don't think we're running all the way until Q4. I really don't. But we could. I just don't think it's a likely scenario. I've been saying for a long time, for over a year. Q2, Q3, done and dusted. It looks like it'll be more likely to be Q3, but it could still be Q2 because June would be considered Q2, right? January, February, March, April, May, June. June would be Q2. So, man, if you're not paying attention the next few weeks, you don't deserve to make money in crypto because this is the time. This is the time to be watching the streams, to be in the VIP group. And even if you can't afford the VIP group, just be watching the streams. You know, be immersing yourself in the space because there's going to be some great opportunities to make money in the next few months or few weeks even. I don't know what people are smoking, crazy stuff. LMAO, you got me all cracked up. Look, man, people can have their bullish targets, and I can criticize them. People think we're gonna 20x on a blue chip meme. Like, come on, man. Bonk isn't doing a 20x. Maybe at max a 10x, but 20. I mean, people think Doge is gonna 50x as well. People just they think of a number that sounds good, and they just tell you, "Oh, 50x for Doge. That sounds good," and then they'll tell all their followers. They don't think. They just have a nice number, sounds good. Then they calculate, they get their calculator out, right? And they go, oh, if I have $1,000 in Bonk and it does a 50x, then I'll have 50K. Okay, that sounds good. Bonk or 50x. That's the type of logic that people have. It's true. This group is amazing. Would love voice chat in the evening PST time. Yeah, we'll do some more evening voice chats. I'm going to be doing some traveling soon. When I say traveling, I don't mean like going on vacation and all of that. I mean just living in a different country, you know. But I'm going to be, you know, in different time zones. So there'll definitely be different timed voice chats as well. So if you're in different time zones, you'll be able to join them really, you know, really late on. Because usually I'm doing voice chats like around now, maybe. But we'll do some later ones as well. I mean, they can happen anytime for sure. Would you swap Trump and Melania at a $550 loss for Solana right now? I mean, Solana wouldn't be my logical swap, but Solana's a good buy. But I would probably get rid of both of those. I don't like them. As cryptos, I don't like them. A pullback has been looking due for a few weeks now, and it hasn't come. So I think we get a minor pullback, and then we go off to the races again. I don't think ETH is coming back to 2K at this rate. I don't think it can afford to go back to 2K. Kind of invalidate the uptrend a bit, I think, potentially. But we'll probably form like a higher low and then bounce. Like if you look at this move Bitcoin made from October to November, we basically went from 62K all the way up to 108K. Like a 74% move in a few weeks without any sizable correction. Like there was no sizable correction. There was little 5 to 8% dumps, but nothing crazy. That's probably what's going to happen again. We still have room on the RSIs. We've only just broken out. I mean, I'm kind of targeting the RSI to kind of hit this green box. There is a bit of a downward sloping RSI trend line. you know, the trend line's not the best that I've drew out, but you can see it's kind of downward sloping. What do you think about Casper project in 10 years? I think nothing. I think nothing. I don't have a 10-year time scope when I'm investing in a crypto. You know, I mean, crypto cyclically, not for 10 years. You make a ton of money in the bull run, you dump it all, you buy it in the bear market. I couldn't care less where a coin's going to be in 10 years. Thanks for always sharing realistic price targets and allocations. I got wrecked from 50x Moonboy viruses. You're welcome, man. I'm always going to be realistic, you know, and sometimes I might be wrong. You know, sometimes I might say a coin could only do a 7x and it only does a 4x. Or sometimes I'll say a coin could do a 10x and it does a 20x. Sometimes I'll be wrong. I'm not always going to be right, but I'll definitely be right more than I'm wrong. Do you think Ondo is good at a $1 price? I think it is. Ondo would be one of my top buys right now. Yeah, Casper could be irrelevant in 10 years, or it could be, you know, one of the top 10 valued assets in the world. Who knows? I mean, I'm not going to predict what's going to happen to a specific altcoin 10 years in the future. I do not have the foggiest. That's like asking how long is a piece of string. Would you take profits on alts that have 2x, or would you let them ride to at least a 2x? It depends on the context and the altcoin. Look, if you're up 2x on Sui and Casper, there's no need to take profits yet. You know, I'm up like 5x on Sui and like 2 or 3x on Casper. I'm not taking profits, really. I took a little bit out, but I'm not taking any significant profits. Same goes for Tau. Same goes for Ondo. I'm not up 2x on Ondo, but I am up 2x on Tau. I'm not taking any significant profits on my conviction plays. But if you're talking about low caps, yeah, if you make a quick 2x on a meme coin, there's no harm in taking out your initial or taking out a bit of profit. There's no harm in that at all. That's always been the strategy with lower caps because they can dump to 0 anytime. For someone who has the right portfolio, how many X's could we expect this bull run? I think Sui can 3 to 5x. I think Casper can 5 to 10x. I think Tau could do that. I think Ondo, Render, Say could even do more. I think this portfolio could probably 5 to 12x realistically. 5 to 10x realistically. 10x max. Especially if some of the memes pop off and Arrow and Virtuals and Say they all go and do 10x's. But if you want to be riskier, you can, right? If you want to be riskier and you want to go 10% memes, you absolutely can. But I've already made great gains in crypto this cycle, so I'm not exposing myself that risky. So why do you hold Casper? What do you mean, why do I hold Casper? I hold Casper because I'm going to make money on it in the next few months. I'm not holding it for 10 years. I don't hold any crypto for 10 years. I get in and I get out. What type of question is that? What do you think of the target price of AVAX? A few X's. Maybe it could go to the macro 786 level. Let me pull up AVAX. Quite often what happens with these kind of coins which are dying off a little bit, I'm not saying AVAX is dead, but coins which have died off a bit, they quite often reject at the, sorry, not 786. They quite often reject at the 382 levels, I think it is, right? Do this. Let me see. Yeah, no, it would be the 786. My bad. Yeah, so quite often what happens is they kind of make a macro lower high. They make a macro lower high. So you probably would be looking at like that. Because I don't think AVAX is like the hottest coin anymore. It used to be, but things like Sui are just taking over. You don't even want to hold Bitcoin for 10 years? Bitcoin's the exception. I don't really count Bitcoin as crypto. I don't count Bitcoin as crypto. I count it as like a commodity. You know, you've got Bitcoin and then you've got crypto. And any Bitcoin maxi will tell you this. They don't associate crypto with Bitcoin. So I always separate Bitcoin from crypto. Yeah, you don't want to miss the next buy alerts. Like I said, I'm going to be stacking some mid caps, some low caps, some micro caps, some meme coins. Going to be getting into some nice plays to make some X's, some quick gains, just like we did last time. I mean, last time we made a 12x, was it, on Mumu in like a couple weeks, few weeks. I mean, we've already made a 4x on virtuals just instantly. You know, click your fingers, you look at the screen, 4x basically. Not quite, but like a few weeks of holding, you're up 4x. But yeah, shout out to all the VIPs who commented here. Easy, Space, Toby Lee. Liverpool won the league, absolutely. Good comment. That's my favorite comment. Profits on soul memes and from the cherry tomato plant tree. Well, that's a random post. But yeah, man, you definitely want to get yourselves in so you can get those real-time buy alerts and hop on the voice chats. That's a very big USP for this group, is we have daily voice chats. I mean, where else can you get that? Talk to fellow members, fellow like-minded people about the markets all the time. What do you think of Crypto Galaxy's prediction of $5 this bull run? I disagree with it. Is it $5 or 20? What's his prediction? But I disagree. Look, Crypto Galaxy, he called Casper very early on. Very early on. So, you know, you got to give credit where it's due. He called it extremely early. And he doesn't even need it to go to $5 for him to make crazy profits. I'm sure he's already in big profits, right? I think he's up. I think he got Casper a penny, maybe. But yeah, I respect the fact he got Casper very early, but I disagree with that prediction. You know, and YouTubers are entitled to disagree. But, you know, the key thing is he got in Casper early and he's up a ton of money, and that's what matters. But, you know, we need people to believe Casper's going to $10 or $20 because they're the people that make you money at the end of the day. But yeah, Casper, very good altcoin. Probably the best buy in the market right now. Top 3 best buys right now for sure. But yeah, this thing's gonna pump. It's gonna do some very nice moves. Chart's starting to look very nice again. Crescendo upgrade went well. Potential tier 1 listing. I think people are saying crypto.com down the line. So, big things going to happen with Casper. Your discussion is helpful to others. Thanks again. No problem, man. Voice call again soon. Absolutely. We'll be doing another call probably today or tomorrow. Yeah, Say's looking very good right now as a buy. I must admit. You've got to be looking at the most undervalued things right now. I would not be throwing money into Sui. And this comes from someone who's up 4 or 5x on Sui. I would be throwing money into Say. It's not as good as Sui, but the price, the chart is more attractive. It's not all about the fundamentals. It's also about the TA, and it's looking like a good buy. So that's maybe one altcoin I'd be topping up on, but the point where I'm at right now is I'm kind of stacked in the quality plays, in the utility. I'm now looking to go risk on. I'm looking to buy some DGEN coins. Some DGEN crap coins. The ones that are fun. Okay, the ones that are volatile. The ones that can make you quick 5 to 10x's in a few days. That's what I'm looking at. And if you're a VIP member, stay tuned for some buy alerts. Because they're going to be coming very soon. This next leg up for the market is going to be the biggest leg up of this cycle. Okay. The final leg up. The last chance to get rich. Not ever, obviously. There'll be other opportunities in the future, but of this cycle, maybe you got to wait another few years for the next big opportunity. But I think this is the last final leg up of the bull run. We're gonna get a new all-time high on Bitcoin. We're gonna get really nice gains on the blue chips, and we're gonna be buying some low caps that do crazy quick X's, right? Which you can then rotate back into the blue chips if you want. So we've got a lot to look forward to. So smash the likes on the stream. Let's update it. See how many likes are on. Hopefully we've got a good amount. 205 people watching. Make sure to share the stream as well with anyone who could benefit from it. 85 likes. There's 200 watching. Let's get that straight up to 200. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Yeah, Arrow and IO, they're both looking good. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up the stream. Smash the likes. Share the stream around. You know, you want people who are in the Moon Boy cuckoo cloud land. You want them to be realistic, right? You want them to make money. So anyone who maybe has some crazy Moon Boy predictions, share this stream with them. Get them on some good quality altcoins and give them a bit of realism. But yeah, man, we're going to make a ton of money in this next run. It's going to be great. Already making great money in the VIP, but long may it continue. Okay, so smash the likes. I'll see you guys over in the VIP. And stay tuned as well for a video dropping on Casper today. Going to be dropping a video on Casper later tonight, so stay tuned for that. Appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your Monday. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.